we are up, and we can, if you want to chat about things that can go over the air, we can chat still now, but we just got to understand we're live, even though we're not on screen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that.
That could be a new thing we start doing, Tom. We could start doing this as like a pre-show show.
Yeah.
The first like 3 minutes is just you and I talking behind this thing like we used to do. Just audio only. No one can see our faces.
Yeah, and bill it as hey, check in for the pre-show. Good behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. We got stuff. We got stuff to share today. I got a lot of info to share today, but no guests. So this is going to be one of those no guest things.
Do you want to touch on the swap trade Brittany Griner thing or what?
I mean, we could. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It'd rather me if you want to.
Yeah, I'd like to say what I said a little while ago, without being disrespectful, and
well, it's
look, they dug their own grave on this one. Biden dug his own.
It just goes to show you the negotiating abilities of the person who's currently the head of the country.
This is true, but I think the guy is smarter than we think, and I think the guy is more devious than we think.
Wow.
And that's the problem, because this clearly didn't want a Marine who's a Republican, who's going to get all this Republican love and praise and this and that.
Right.
Oh no, let him rot in jail. Yeah, we'll bring home Brittany. So here's the funny thing, real funny thing. The person who actually was guilty of illegal activity came home. The person who did nothing wrong, was not guilty of any illegal activity, stays there. That's what it really amounted to.
And what it boils down to.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
There. All right, stand by, buddy.
Okay, my favorite Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. Your go.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
Of all the fictional clowns, it's Ronald McDonald, who has a much higher body count than the Joker. My name's Greg. He's Tom. It's your Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
Good morning.
This 10th day of December, the year 2022, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind.
Thank you for completing me, Tom. You're such a good friend.
Sounded so weird.
That sounded a little romancy. I don't know if I want to go there.
A little bit, but that's okay.
Romancy. I don't care.
Glad to know I complete you.
we're very secure
Jerry Maguire
in our masculine positions with our female counterparts. We can talk this way.
That's right,
by the way,
baby. That's right.
Save the date. PAWS Furball, Saturday, February 18th. Very excited about that. And very excited to share some information today on this little show we call the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. We may have a bunch of new people joining us this week. Thanks to, I want to give my very first shout out of the week this week to Emily Bisson. Emily is from Seattle, Washington. I think she went to college at UW-Madison, if I remember correctly. I think she's a Badger, and she hosted an online networking event this past Thursday that I signed up for, not really exactly sure what it was going to be. It was called Grow Your Network. And I'm thinking, okay, there's maybe some tips on helping us that like to be involved in networking groups, how to grow it. Well, that's kind of what it was, but it wasn't a couple of people talking at us and teaching us. It was a couple of people facilitating others to join into brainstorming, which I love doing. That's one of the things I love doing. I love being able to shoot ideas by people and have them shoot them back to me, and looking for the best combination of your thoughts, my thoughts, thoughts that came out of the ethos while we were conversing. That's something I've always loved to do. So the hour flew by. It was a noon at Thursday online Zoom event. And so thank you, Emily Bisson. You get my first shout out of the week this week on hosting that event. And seriously considering starting another networking group in 2023. I don't have anything to announce yet on that, but it's on the radar, Tom. It's on the radar.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if you and I were able to host it. So finding a time when you and I could actually do it.
I would love that. That would be awesome.
So that's on the radar. We do have a big number of the week this week. So let's get to that before I get too deep into other things and forget that we do this thing called the big number of the week. And it is truly a big number. It is 2.9 billion. 2.9 billion. You can search internet or Illinois for clues if you want to try to guess what 2.9 billion has to do with anything this week. We'll give you the answer before the end of the show. And I promise the answer has something to do with either internet or Illinois. That's right. I'm up to my alliteration.
Illinois.
Oh, all right. So of all the show, there's so many things that went on this last week, Tom. It's been a really really interesting week. And it started with, let's see. Let's go back. Last Saturday we did our show.
Uh-huh.
And then the wife and I went up to McGuanaco, Wisconsin for their midnight miracle parade and holiday celebration that they do every year up in McGuanaco. My dad and his wife live there, and my sister and her family don't live very far from there. In fact, her kids all go to McGuanaco High School. They do a really nice parade. Thankfully, the weather was decent last Saturday. Kind of cold, but not deep freeze cold. So kudos and shout outs to McGuanaco, the community of McGuanaco, for putting on a great event. All the churches are involved. They do, stuff afterwards as well, like concerts at other churches. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful time in McGuanaco. And then on Sunday, what's your Sunday noon game theme for football?
The Packers.
There we go.
Yeah.
Whatever the Fox theme would be, I guess, for that. Our team sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty. We had our annual Bears Packers party, and a huge turnout at the Union Event Space downtown Rockford. We definitely will be considering adding more TVs to next year's event, because we had 3 big screens in the room there. Probably could have used 1 or 2 more to spread it around a little bit, because we had a lot of people, Tom. I was going to go. I was actually going to go. My buddy Andy, who I always watch football with on Sunday, when we get out of church, my wife takes the boys home because, whatever. And so she's never home until about 1:30 or 2 on Sunday anyway. I get home a lot earlier. So I go to the earlier service. But anyway, so football starts for me at noon. And usually at about 11:30, I'm getting a call from my buddy Andy. And he says, hey, we doing football today? We watching football? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So we'll go to one or two places. Went to his house, watched the game, and it was good. He's a Bear fan. And it was... You enjoy most of it.
Well, but he was a realistic Bear fan. He's like, I'm still not excited. It's 19-10. Bears had the ball. And then at the very end, and the Packers get the touchdown. For whatever reason, they got the ball back, whether it was an interception, a punt, fumble recovery, I don't remember. So they get back, and there's 4 minutes left. Packers had just went ahead with a field goal. Now it's 20-19. Bears have the ball. 4.5 minutes. Down to Cole Kmet. Down to this guy. Down to that guy. They're down to the 38-yard line. One more play. About 2 minutes left. They're in field goal range. And then all they got to do is use up Green Bay's timeouts and then kick the field goal with 5 seconds left, 3 seconds left. But I think the whole Cairo Santos thing scares a lot of people. He missed an extra point and a field goal in the game. He's missed 4 extra points this year. And to my knowledge, that was his only missed field goal. But he's missed 4 extra points. So it's a mental thing. It has to be. Yeah. But anyway, that was all null and void when Jair Alexander intercepted the ball. Then Christian Watson takes it around the end and scores a touchdown. Icing on the cake, 28-19. I was excited. I felt bad for my buddy, and there were a couple other Bear fans over there as well. I felt bad, but that is the way it is. And
there's our guys doing their thing.
Aaron Rodgers still owns the Bears.
We were playing football bingo at our Team Sold on Tony Bears Packers party. So everyone that wanted to play bingo got a bingo card, and on the bingo card was a bunch of things either pertaining to the game or things you could do at the party. So to get bingo, you could, play. There's a couple of games, that football toss games in each corner of the room. There was a bags game. You could play bags. You could, if either team kicked a field goal, that was one of the boxes on the bingo card. If either team missed a field goal, that was one of the boxes on the card. So early on, when the Bears scored a touchdown and missed the extra point, I got on the mic and reminded everybody in the room. Now, I know some of you are going to be tempted to knock a box off of your bingo card, but that card says missed field goal, not missed extra point. Do not mark that box off on your bingo card. And I got a bunch of people laughing and other people going, oh, that's right. That wasn't a field goal. That was an extra point.
Good. So, good for you. Good for you. That's really good communication. And I love that. I have to do that constantly at trivia. I have to remind people of things and they always forget.
It was fun. So with about a minute 50 left or whatever it was, a minute and a half left, I was going around to start, getting final bingo tickets in the bucket here, because I was telling everybody, obviously there's not going to be a 2-point conversion in this game, so you're not going to get that box on your bingo card, but everything else you had a chance to fill out. So if you're the only box you haven't checked off yet is the 2-point conversion, you can probably just fold it up, because the game's almost done, and then the Packers score, and then they do the 2-point conversion.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
If you did everything else on your bingo card, you actually had the chance to black out your bingo card and get 2 extra entries into the drawing at the end of the game. So sure enough, we had like 3 or 4 people that completely blacked out their bingo cards, and they got extra tickets in the bucket for the drawing at the end. And we gave away gift certificates to local businesses to a bunch of winners. So pull out a bunch of winners. 2 were Bears fans, 2 were Packers fans, and that was totally by randomness. We didn't try to do that. It just happened that way. So kudos to Brooke Mays, our admin leader, who really was the spearhead to organizing the Bears Packers party again this year. Wonderful, wonderful time. And kudos to Union Event Space for hosting another great event. If you need a place for a wedding or a big event, they are a great, great place to host downtown Rockford. Union Event Space. So that was Sunday during the day, and then Sunday at night, I part of my wife's birthday present this year was to take her to the Coronado events that were scheduled for this season, which there were 3. The first one is Hairspray, which we did last month. This last Sunday was the Cirque du Magical Christmas, whatever You've heard of
Take off on the Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, you've heard of that. Well, this was a Christmas show put on by that company.
Okay.
And I had no idea what to expect, because we've seen a lot of acts like that recently. That's like, okay, they spin around on the silks and they hop high in the air, or they spin around on a hoop or a trapeze type thing, and they do a bunch of acrobatics, and that's cool and very, very, wow, that's dangerous, and takes a lot of talent to do that. This was that plus like comedy and magic, and it was a lot of fun. The gal that hosted it was really a great facilitator. She interacted with the audience. We had a great time. Totally didn't know what to expect. So kudos to Cirque du Magical Christmas, whatever they called it. It was a lot of fun. Go next year if it comes again.
Maybe it was Cirque du Soleil Christmas or something.
Something Magic Christmas. The magic of Christmas.
Okay.
So that was Sunday night. We recorded this week a segment for Good Day Stateline. We had a producer for the Good Day Stateline show on our show earlier this year, and Michelle Abram, of course, the host for the Good Day Stateline show on Fox 39 weekdays at 5:30 and 11. She and her crew came to our Sold on Tony office this week and recorded a segment that aired on Thursday. So if you missed it live, you can catch our segment. I posted it on my Realty page. I think I shared it on my personal page too on Facebook. Really well edited and put together segment about buyers in the current real estate market. So thank you to Good Day Stateline for doing that wonderful thing. I was reminded to ask people to put us on their calendar, meaning for those who regularly watch our show, and if you watch it later when it's already been recorded and you're just listening while you're doing other things, and that's perfectly great. That's cool. That's one of the reasons why we love doing it this way now rather than terrestrial radio. For those Saturday mornings when you can watch and listen live, put us on your calendar so it reminds you we're on 8 a.m. Log into Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever your favorite platform is, and jump in the chat. Just put in a comment and say hi and let us know, where you're at, what you're doing on a Saturday morning. And
Hi.
Yeah, just hi. Put us on your calendar. Want to give a shout out, congratulations to the Holliston family. They had their closing this week on their new Roscoe home. We've been looking for quite a while. They were the subject of an article that Rock River Current did on the housing market earlier this summer. And I'm hoping they'll do a follow-up article with the Hollistons before the end of the year or in January, because the market is so different than when they did this article with me and Kent, who's the subject of the article we did, I think back in July or early August. The market's completely different now than it was then, and it would be nice to do a follow-up on that. But we'll see if that happens. Kevin Haas is a busy man. He has some help, but I don't think he has a whole lot of help to post articles on Rock River Current. So he's working long days. I know. I can say that with confidence. So there's that. We had a Bold graduation at our office this week, which I think I talked a little bit about Bold on this show in the past. It's a business objective, life by design, really helps business people who are especially like self-employed types, like most like realtors are, focus on what's actually activity that accomplishes things, focuses our activities on things that make a difference, not just for our businesses, but our lives and our clients' lives. And David Bernal, who is the facilitator for that, was one of the most excellent teachers I've ever had the privilege of sitting under. And it was a 7-week class, all day Wednesdays for basically 7 weeks. And kudos to David on facilitating an awesome class and inspiring us to greater things. This guy owns a market center in California, and then he moved his family to Texas a couple of years ago, but he still owns the market center in California. And when an organization he supported was going bankrupt in California, he bought it and now runs it. And it's an organization that saves girls from sex trafficking.
Wow.
It's amazing what this organization does. It's kind of like Zoe International, only it's not international. It's national. It's a California-based thing. And kudos to him and his team for what they continue to do to rescue poor innocent girls who have no clue what in the world's going on in the world from a horrible life. awesome. Very, very inspirational. So what are we doing? We're doing a podcast, and we're talking about what local not-for-profits are doing here in Rockford and supporting things like PAWS and Mosaic and things like that. Here's what our part is, and hopefully things that we do make a bigger difference and encourage people to do things as well. So awesome. I'm probably missing something, Tom, because like I said, this week was a really crazy busy week in a lot of different areas of my brain. I got a lot to sort through this.
I was going to say, did you breathe this week at all?
I did. And that's just it. It didn't hit me in such a way that it wore me out. Things were very energizing this week. Yesterday, Rockford Linked Lunch was a wonderful last linked lunch of the 2022 season at Machine Shed. Thanks to everyone who came out to that, and we're looking forward to January's event already. I believe we have a presenter who's going to talk about personal imaging and branding and stuff like that. So come and join us at the Machine Shed on Friday, second Friday of the month, every month from 11:30 to 1. It's free to attend. Buy lunch if you're hungry, or just have a beverage, or just get water. Whatever you want to do, it's fine. But I always enjoy that group as well. So I hope I'm not missing anything. I'm sure I am. It was a crazy busy week.
Packer football.
Then we have Packer football to talk about. And actually, that does lead me to one other thing. The Bold class that I was in, one of the ladies that was in the class is someone who I've known for a few years now. She's out of our Janesville office, and she has Packer season tickets. And she can't go to the next Packer game. And it's the evening of my dad's birthday.
So when are we leaving? You and I are going, right? Your dad's probably going to want to stay home and eat birthday cake and just enjoy his birthday the evening of. Get gear up for his birthday. You can spend the next day with him. It'll be good.
I completely thought that's what he was going to tell me, Tom. When I told him I wanted to do this with him, I thought for sure he was going to say, no, that's all right. You know, if you want to go. But he's like, oh yeah, I'll go. Let's do this. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been to a Packer football game with my dad since I was a kid. He took me to the County Stadium to see him take on, I believe it was the Cincinnati Bengals.
Please don't tell me it was Brett Favre's first game.
I want to tell you that was what it was, because that's what my brain tells me that I want it to be, but it was earlier than that. I was younger, because Brett Favre became a Packer in 89.
No, 91.
91.
See,
yeah.
And it was the 92 season when Don Mikowski went out, and that was that game.
Yeah.
Or maybe it wasn't that game. It might have been the next game, but I was there. I was at that game. Brett Favre brings us back. Chris Jackie kicks the winning field goal. Packers win 36-33.
Yeah.
Was
this
awesome.
was probably 1984, 85.
Okay.
If I look back on the annals of Packers games at County Stadium, I'm pretty sure it was the Bengals that they played. But yeah, the part of my brain that wants to romanticize my childhood, you tell me it was that game with Brett Favre, and no, it wasn't that game though.
Okay, so it would have been 84, because if they played the Bengals in Milwaukee in 92, 4 years prior to that would have been 88. They would have played them in Cincinnati. 4 years prior to that would have been 84, because that's the way the schedule works. Every 8 years you play the opposite division. It may have changed now with all of the different divisions and such, but that's the way it was back then. So you're probably right, 84.
I didn't realize that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So gosh. All right. My typical opening show shout outs. That's a pretty good stack right there.
Yeah. Well, it was a great show. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Yeah. Before we bring Joann in, anything else you want to add before we say hello to Joann for the week?
Well, there's a whole lot of things out and about this week. I see a lot of annoying people, but I don't want to talk about them. They annoy me. We could talk about the the trade, but I don't know. It all depends on if you want to get into that.
The trade. Oh yeah, the political situation.
Yeah.
We did we share those jokes? Well, we didn't. We were completely off the air when we shared those jokes.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I can remember them off the top of my head.
Well, all I was saying is we really screwed Russia because we got the top WNBA player, and all they got was a terrorist who is a mastermind. And I mean, we came out ahead on that one. Come on now.
He can't play basketball. He can't dunk.
No, he's not even as tall as her.
Not even. So
no, on a serious note, this is pretty dangerous what it says to the rest of the country or to the rest of the world. What it says to Putin, what it says to China, what it says to it's really, 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 really a bad look for the United States right now. We could have saved a Marine vet, but because of the fact that he would be highly decorated coming home, his story would be told all over the media. They didn't want any part of that. This is clearly politically driven, and it's a shame. I'm glad Brittany Griner's home because she shouldn't have been over there in the first place.
Right.
For what she did, it was this was a political play on Russia's part, and they got exactly what they wanted. They got Victor Bout, B-O-U-T, should be Bout, but anyway, they call him Bout. Victor Bout, who is a mastermind criminal terrorist killer. That's what he is. He arms other nations. He's just what an absolute colossal joke this was. I'd be embarrassed if I were.
It's very dangerous. It's very, because now you got other countries that say, hey, the U.S. Arrested this person who did terrorist type things, and so one of their athletic stars is going to be in our country next month. We'll just arrest them for anything that we can make up, and we'll get them back. That's the precedent it sets, and it's dangerous.
This is why you never negotiate with terrorists. We never did it. Never, ever, 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 ever did it. And now we're doing it. And we've done it before. Biden wasn't the first one. I think it was Reagan, maybe. I believe the Iran hostage crisis. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. But nonetheless, it's a bad precedent. You can't do it because now Russia says, hey, he's easy pickings. We can do whatever we want. You just got your terrorist back. So
it's a very, very sad state of affairs. Good morning, Lon. Lon works with Kent, so he wanted to give a shout out to him. And John Berlin jumping in this morning. Mosaic event. Yeah, we did talk about the Mosaic event, John. We already did.
Come on, John. You're going to have to wake up sooner than 8:15.
Right on the top of the show, buddy.
That's right. We gave it some love.
Well, I did what I did not say, what I do need to say. Michelle Cox, who owns the Landscape Connection, she was the one that organized the whole thing, and it was really wonderfully well run. And she dropped off a great big check to Mosaic, I think on Friday morning. There was a bunch of money raised. There was at least $1,600 raised. She sold that really cute gnome tree, and it was just a really fun way to raise money for a great organization in Rockford. So kudos to Michelle Cox at the Landscape Connection for making that up.
John reminded us about the Mosaic event. You know what he didn't remind us about?
Say it.
No. I like John. He's my friend. I don't want him to defriend me.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Okay.
Because I still own you, and I always will.
All right, let's get Joann in here to make us look.
Sorry, John. We love you, buddy.
Good morning, Joann.
Morning, Joann. How are you?
I'm fine.
Joann attended our party on Sunday.
That's right.
It was fun.
She said she would.
Yeah, we had a good time. You enjoy the food and everything too?
Oh, yes. Company was great.
Now, you sat next to my daughter, Allison.
Yes.
Most of the day, most of the party.
We didn't talk about people.
I was going to ask, did you learn anything about me from her that you didn't know before?
Allison adopted a cat from PAWS.
Yes, she did. Yes,
no,
she
I didn't learn anything
loves him.
from you because I already knew you had 6 crazy kids.
The cat that Allison adopted, by the way, she renamed Kelso after the character on that 70s show.
Oh, okay.
And because Kelso, what is Kelso? He acts real big and tough and brave, but in truth, he's just a shy, scaredy cat. Kelso has transformed into quite a confident boy. And when I come over now, he greets me. He's like, okay, you're just going to, you can pet me a little bit if you want to. I'm going to go back to my perch here, looking out the window. He's really transformed. He's no longer a skittish scaredy cat, although a little bit here and there, but not what he was. So
yeah,
kudos.
I didn't realize my cats are so scared. I had workers come in this week, and I locked myself into my bedroom with the dogs, and the cats were like pawing at the bedroom door to get in too. So the whole family was locked in the bedroom. Too much pounding. I put in a new window. No, I didn't.
You did.
Put in.
Nice. Nicely
but
done.
yeah, they were. I didn't realize they were that frightened, but that's a lot of pounding.
Right.
So
yeah, and it's cold, too. They're taking the window out in December and replacing it with a new one. So, there's that.
He didn't say, "Oh yeah, we got the wrong one. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow. We'll just cover it up with some plastic."
No, before they even got out of the truck, I checked the window to make sure it was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bunch of info to share for this week, a bunch of information to share with you from our friends at GoRockford.com. And this week's SMS info, my friends, is unofficially brought to you by Altruize. Altruize is the app that enables volunteers to track, verify, and maintain their own community service data for a lifetime. So check out Altruize, tell a better story, live a better life. I love what Nicole's doing with Altruize, so wanted to give her the plug. GoRockford.com is telling us that Illuminated, the lighted garden experience, continues at Anderson Japanese Gardens and will through the end of the year, through December 30th. Anderson Japanese Gardens, there is a fee to enter. It's $11 adults, $10 seniors, $9 for students and military. But it's such a wonderful, amazing experience. Made to order wood fire pizza, rotating food trucks every night. You can dine inside the visitor center with a view of the illuminated lights. Hot cocoa available from Fresco and the Rockford Roasting Company. And they even have carolers from area schools on Friday and Saturday nights. So check out andersongardens.org. Click on Illuminated for the complete schedule of carolers and food trucks. Open Thursday through Saturday. And then starting December 15th, they'll be open daily all the way until December 30th. Sinisippi Station at Nicholas Conservatory and Gardens, they continue to have their G-scale trains. They have 7 of them set up amongst all over the place inside at Nicholas Conservatory and Gardens. Admission fees apply to that. And that'll be set up through the end of January, all the way till January 29th. Of course, they continue to have their lighting displays also outside at Nicholas Conservatory. Friends at Riverside Community Church have a live drive-through nativity tonight and tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. Free admission, 10th annual live nativity scene with 6 scenes depicting the birth of Jesus with live animals and characters. Riverside Community Church is at 6816 North 2nd Street in McChesney Park. Let's see. We have 815 Shorts or 815 Horts because 5 looks like an S. 81 Shorts. I got to show the picture now because I said that.
Yeah, I'm completely confused.
What are you doing? I want a window. I want this. I want to share that so you can see what I'm talking about. See? 815 HORTS. 81 Shorts. Sundance Film Festival short film tour presented by Plus 7 Company at the Nordloff Center. That's doors open at 4:30 and it starts at 5. Parties at 6. The Sundance films start at 7. Amplifying the Rockford region's creative and filmmaking community. 81 Shorts celebrates the fine art of short film cinematography, featuring locally produced shorts. There are 5, followed immediately by a short party with a DJ, food and beverages.
And the DJ will be 5'4", so he's short as well.
he's 5 short too.
You
That's
get in cheaper if you're short.
That looks
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to pay a bundle.
Luminary at Severson Dells continues today and tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. It's absolutely free, but donations are appreciated. Candlelit trail, make your own s'mores, winter nature activities. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with that today. If all the wetness stuff and got by us yesterday, maybe we'll be okay today for that. 6 to 9 tonight at Severson Dells Nature
Severson,
Center.
yeah.
8786 Montague Road, just west of Rockford. And then finally, winter on the farm, photos with a holiday horse. Don't take photos with a normal horse, kids. Take them with a holiday horse. Lockwood Park Trailside Equestrian Center. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. Free admission, donations accepted to support the animal feed and care out there at Lockwood. Photos will be provided as digital images to use as you'd like. Time slots must be reserved in advance. Ooh, so you better check the website on that.
Oh, you can't just walk in.
Can't just walk in. Visit the Lockwood Park Trailside Equestrian Center website. Rockford Park District is probably where you want to start, and then you'll find the links to Lockwood Park. But that is today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there's all of that fun stuff. Other interesting things. What games does your family play over the holidays together?
I'll go first.
You go first.
We play Christmas bingo. You ever heard the term Chinese bingo, where you can steal a prize?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my son is always the MC for it. He likes to do the bingo calling because he's really funny and he's really good at it. And he will sit up there at the banister and he'll call out, 56 or whatever. And once everybody gets a bingo, you know how this game is played, Chinese bingo, right? We call it Christmas bingo because that's what it is. Once all the prizes are gone, once all the prizes are gone, then the next person that gets a bingo can steal, and it doesn't take long for the prizes to be gone. Because if you got 25 people, you get 25 prizes. Well, there's like 5 times 5 as well. There's 25 cards, 25 on a card. So I don't know. Anyway, once someone gets a bingo, you could start stealing prizes.
And how many times can the prize be stolen?
Usually we'll stop it at 2.
Yeah.
You get it and then you can steal it once, then it's yours. Or sometimes we'll go to 2, which is the third time. Otherwise, it's the same prize. It keeps getting stolen over and over again.
Right.
And then it's not fun. But that's what we do. We do that every single year, and it's quite popular. Everybody really likes it. We have a lot of fun with it. There are people that talk about it like, well, are we going to do Christmas bingo again? Yeah, we always do. So, yes, we are. We usually have anywhere from 25 to 30 people here.
Certain gifts for the bingo. So it's not like grandma's gift. It's a certain gift.
No. Yeah, exactly. Everybody brings a gift. And sometimes it's a gag, and sometimes it's something as simple as a coffee mug. Or it could be a pair of slippers, or it could be, a chocolate bar. Or what somebody did one year was they put Tootsie Rolls in a diaper and wrapped it up.
So
I know.
Someday somebody's going to win my over the hill hat because I'm just going to make it a white elephant gift at a Christmas party, and they're going to probably win the over the hill hat. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yeah, we tend to play Uno. Sometimes we'll play even like Cards Against Humanity. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. We did something called Family Feud. I know you've all heard of Family Feud. We did that over Thanksgiving. It was kind of a disaster because a lot of people didn't know exactly how to play. Like, wait, can we converse? Can we steal? What are we doing here? And we did more explaining than anything else. But the other thing we've been doing is trivia a lot. And so that's a lot of fun. We'll probably do that this year too.
Well, that's, yeah.
when I was a kid, we played Scrabble.
Scrabble.
The Blowers, which is my son-in-law's, that family, because I have 2 families I have to go to. The Blower family plays a dice game that I have found even the little kids can excel at it. And I don't know, it's got a board, but I don't know the name of the game. But it's a dice game. And the kid, one of the youngest kids, won. Because you play until you play, and then you pass it if you can't. I don't know. I wish I knew the name, but it's a fun game.
My mother-in-law likes to play aggravation, so we'll play aggravation a lot of times at holidays. Board games, Sorry, Monopoly. Sometimes we'll get out if we got the time to do that. But yeah, with the littler kids now, it's like Uno, basically is or Jenga, and there's another game we just started playing a couple years ago. My wife's gonna have to remind me what the name of it is, but it's all these cards. Well, this one is a game. It looks like you're going to play memory, but then all the cards that are on the table get flipped up so you can see the pictures on them, and then it's like 2 different teams play against each other, and one of the cards is the poison card. So you have to make sure your person picking cards doesn't pick that card. That makes your team lose. But there's pictures, all different pictures on these cards, and one person will like describe what cards should be picked. So the clue might be something. Yeah, the clue might be something like wearing red, or just, so you're looking at all these cards and like, okay, which characters on these cards are wearing red? Okay, that one, and you get points for that. But if they picked one that's the poison card, your team loses. So I forget what the name of the game is, but anyway, it's
interesting.
It was a fun game to play, and we played that for hours. That was way more fun than I expected it to be. So we will probably play that again this Christmas. All right. So we have put in the chat, what games do you play for the holidays? I did miss one event that's going on today. The handmade market. Oh, that's tomorrow. It's not today. It's tomorrow. Handmade market is going to be at Prairie Street Brewing Company tomorrow. And if you're still looking for gifts and you want the gift, you get unique things, the handmade market at Prairie Street Brewing Company, probably going to be the place tomorrow. If you got to give a gift to someone that you really don't know what they like, how about giving a donation in their name to a cause you both support? That way the person knows you care, charity gets the money, and the planet doesn't get one more thing tossed into the landfill, like maybe supporting PAWS or something like that. Give a gift to something that you support if you don't know what your gift receiver really, really wants. The Christmas tree in your house, artificial Christmas trees. The average family uses an artificial tree about 7.5 years before tossing that away or recycling it in some way, shape, or form. If you're getting a 6-foot Christmas tree this year, if you had to replace the old one, here's what the science says you're going to need. See what you think about this, guys. A 6-foot Christmas tree in your living room needs exactly 37 ornaments and an angel that's precisely 7 inches high.
Okay.
All right. The formula came from decorating the perfect tree, came from students at Sheffield University over in the UK. A 6-foot tree also would need 18 feet and 9 inches of lights and 30 feet of tinsel. So only 18 feet, 9 inches of lights, but 30 feet of tinsel.
How much string popcorn?
What is tinsel garland, or is tinsel those icicles that you put on the tree?
Tinsel's garland, like you wrap it around it, right? It's
well, no, I think
or is
I
it,
always thought tinsel was the stuff she's talking about, the little strands that you hang on there. The tinsel or the garland is the actual thing.
Yeah, garland is what you wrap around the tree. But to me, tinsel, those icicle things.
It is.
That sounds right.
That I hated. That they don't do that on trees so much anymore.
No.
I like it though because
Tree,
it gives it light. It gives it life.
I want to say our tree is about 7.5 feet tall, maybe. It's in the 7 to 8 feet range. And I know we're not putting on 37 ornaments. It's probably 55 or 60. It's
Yeah, well, I don't understand 37 or what's the
that's
what's the
37,
significance of
right.
that?
the perfect ratio of tree height, 6 feet, to ornaments,
Okay.
37. That's what they said. So anyway, Merry Christmas. Um, uh, bu- bu- do we want to talk about Aaron Judge?
Sure. I'd love
You
to
know,
talk about Aaron Judge.
we like to talk about Fred Van Fleet, who bet on himself and won and got the big payday. Well, Aaron Judge
Mhm.
did that too. He turned down New York Yankees offer at the beginning of last season of 7 years, $213.5 million.
It was a paltry 213 million. Come on now. What are you thinking, Yankees? Come on.
Come on, Yankees. So instead, he believed he could increase his value this last year. Well, I guess he was right. An American League record 62 home runs this season.
Mhm.
So his deal that he signed this week, reportedly 9 years, $360 million, boosting his pay by $146.5 million by betting on himself.
He turned down San Francisco 10 years, 40 million, which is exactly the same. 36 for 9, 40 for 10. Either way, it's still whatever it is per year, 9 million a year, I think is what it was. No. Whatever it was, I can't do the math right now.
It's amazing.
Anyway, not more than 9 million a year, yes.
Kudos to him.
But here's why it was a bad deal for the Yankees. First and foremost, nobody ever has been productive for the entirety of the contract. After 4 or 5 years, remember, he's 30 years old now. He'll be 39 years old. Look at Albert Pujols. He took that turn at about 34, 35 when he was with the Angels because the Angels way overpaid for him. Aaron Judge will never have another year of 62 homers. Elsie, get out of that. My dog's getting into the cat food. Anyway, he'll never have another year like that. He might hit 40, 45.
And it's also thinking of injuries or anything like that.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say next. You
They're
read my
actually
mind.
taking a risk for giving him 9 years.
They are. She's exactly right. Because he's been oft injured. He has had injuries in the last 3 or 4 seasons. I really, truly believe if I were the Yankees, I would have said, go ahead. And if I were the 49ers, if I were the San Francisco Giants, I'd have said, sorry, no. All we're going to give you is 5 or 6 years. That's really what he should have had, was a 5-year contract at best. And go ahead and give him $200 million. Go ahead.
There's something to be said about having that guy on your team who broke that record and did that thing. So
for $40 million, by the way, $40 million per year is what he's getting.
People want
I couldn't think of that.
He's going to sell tickets. I think that's the bottom line for the Yankees is, this guy's going to bring ticket buyers in, and they still need that because they're not winning World Series right now.
Well, this is true, but they're still the number one franchise. They're still the most valued franchise, no matter what. They're still making money with their TV, with the people in the stands, the merchandise. I see Yankee hats and Yankee jackets all over the place.
Everywhere.
I don't get it.
Everywhere.
I don't get it. But he will not live up to the contract, and that's not a slam against Aaron Judge. I like the guy. I think he's 1 in a million. He is a class act. And he's a super guy and a great ball player, but he just won't live up to it. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez did not. Manny Machado did not. None of them ever do. Any of them that have Darvish has not. Any of them that get that $300+ million contract, they just never live up to the contract.
Highest average annual payout for a position player in MLB history. So congratulations, Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Well, he'll be a Yankee for life, and he'll retire as a Yankee. He'll very likely make the Hall of Fame, and then he'll probably work for
Code
the
Names.
Yankees, right?
That's the name of the game we've been playing this last couple of years. It's called Code Names.
Chris is bring it down.
This one happens to be a Disney edition, but there's other editions called Code Names, and there's a whole bunch of cards inside, and they all have different pictures on them, and you flip them over, and you gotta guess. It's a fun game.
So you flip it over and you look at it, and then you put it back.
Everyone can see it.
My family was listening so that they could tell me what game we were playing in the Blauer household.
It's not a memory game. It's almost like playing Pictionary, but it's
Okay.
You're
So
not
if
drawing.
everybody can see it, and you're saying something red, well, everybody can see the card, so I don't get
Kinda like
that connection.
I
So
see
when
my
it's the other
little eye,
team's turn,
something red.
here's the kicker on it. Each team has there's a card that says which cards your team has to try to claim without getting the poison card. So there's a code, there's a secret card that only 2 people can see.
Okay.
One person from each team, and then everyone else on the team can't see that card. And this card tells you the pattern of the cards in front of you and which cards your team has to claim before the game's over without getting the poison card. It's really fun.
Will you either send me a picture of it or text me it so I can see it?
Well, I was going to ask the same thing.
So,
So we can buy it for someone.
and I want to buy it for myself. I want to play it. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
It's fun. It's fun. And I'll definitely share the picture here with you and a text. Speaking of text, closed captioning. Do you find yourself using closed captioning a lot more these days on your TV?
Hate it.
You hate it, really?
Oh my God, I can't stand it. And because I read it all, and I can hear it and I can see it, but I still read it and I don't see the TV. It's
I
just one of those things.
unfortunately like closed captioning
Me too.
because sometimes you can't quite hear what they're saying,
Yeah.
but it is distracting.
Some shows dialogue either happens too fast or it's too I can't explain it. I can't hear it good enough that I like the closed captioning on there as an option to say, oh, what did he say? What bothers me about closed captioning, I was watching a movie about a week or so ago, and the closed captioning was off from the dialogue.
Oh.
It was like a second or two late. So the thing was already said, or maybe it was the opposite. The closed captioning came up first, and then the dialogue happened. It was not right. It was not good. I was like,
Now I have, that reminds me of what is Tom usually has, what did we call it? When he complains about
his
something.
rant of the week.
Oh, my rant. Yeah.
My rant of the week, I have one, is when they text each other. And it shows on the television screen, and you're supposed to be able to see it, but you're never really close enough to read what they text to each other.
And it's never on there long enough, so you can't
No.
see it.
So
I know.
that's
I have the same issue.
I hate that.
Got to read
And
fast.
it keeps them using it more and more where they text to someone.
Yeah. Thanks for
And
that.
that's
I
not
got to be
closed
texting.
captioning. They don't pick that up in the closed captioning, so you never know what they texted.
So some people turn on closed captions because they know how it helps them understand the plot lines of shows, lets them multitask in front of the tube. Others turn them on because they can't hear what actors are saying. Doesn't always mean they are hard of hearing. New report from language teaching app called Preply says muddled audio is the top reason why more people are watching video with on-screen text. I would have to say a very close second to that is wanting to be able to watch programming with the sound off so your partner's not distracted if they're sleeping or you don't have your headphones.
So the
that
dog's
happens.
distracted.
Right. That happens in our house sometimes when I know my wife's zonked out and I don't want the volume up. So I'll just turn the volume way down. I can barely hear it. And I can see the closed captioning. So I know what they're saying. I was like, okay, I can still watch this show. Our friends over at Collins Aerospace probably knew this already before we did. The last Boeing 747 ever rolled out of Boeing's assembly plant in Everett, Washington this week. The curvy plane known as the Queen of the Skies, the Boeing 747. When it was released, it heralded a new age of jumbo jets. It debuted in 1970. That's the year I was born. It's fallen out of favor, though, lately. Airlines have found more success flying the same long-haul routes with smaller planes that burn less fuel. The Boeing 777 and the 787 Dreamliner, those are actually smaller planes than the 747 and burn less fuel. So eventually there will be no more 747s in the skies as they start to get decommissioned and taken out to the airplane graveyard out in Nevada. Is it Nevada or Arizona where they store all the old planes. I forget where they.
Not sure, but it'll be interesting when all planes are all electric. Yeah, because of the whole carbon emissions with killing us all. So when they're all electric in the sky, yeah, it's going to be real interesting.
No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, here's our randoms for the week. Speaking of closed captioning, go ahead.
Before we get to the big number, I have one more thing I have to ask both of you. I can do it either on the air or off afterwards.
Quick random. Study found if you read something aloud rather than silently, you're more likely to remember it. Of course, you might wake up your sleeping partner, so maybe read it quietly aloud. Americans drank 47 gallons of bottled water each in 2021. That's a market that is expected to reach $39 billion this year. Bottled water is huge business, and people laughed at it a couple decades ago. Huge business. There's a shortage of bomb sniffing dogs. The U.S. government employs about 5,200 dogs, which can cost about $46,000 each to train.
No, they keep blowing up.
They can't. No. About 7%.
That's not why there's a shortage, huh?
That's sad. America produces about 7% of the bomb sniffing dogs around the world. The oldest living animal is Jonathan the Seychelles giant tortoise. He turned 190 years old this week, born in December of 1832.
Wow.
Jeez.
Holy cow. December of 1832, 190 years old. Jonathan the Seychelles. Seychelles giant tortoise.
Yeah,
and
it's down in the, I think it's in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Seychelles.
190 years old. Crazy. And finally, there are about 10,000 traffic circles now in the United States, the popularity of which continues to grow. Get used to them, friends. The traffic circles are here to stay. Crop circles probably are too, but we're not going to talk about those. All right.
Before we get to the big number, Joann, you got to do your tour, right?
We do a tour today. Are we running out of time? I wanted to mention next Saturday is our 12-hour adoption event, 9 to 9.
Yes.
So we usually have that just before Christmas. It's also our open house. So if you haven't been to the shelter before,
come on out to 12 hours of adoption next Saturday.
99. So I think we work, I always say at least, I don't know, I forget what, but at least an adoption every hour or maybe more. So it's an exciting.
That's cool.
It's a good goal.
So did you want to do a quick tour? We're kind of running out of time.
I'm okay if you're okay. I'm in the rush today. I only have one more thing I want to mention before doing the big number. Tom has something to mention before the big number.
Yeah, we got time. In fact, I can ask it while she's getting all set. I have a trivia event today. It's a private event. It's a championship thing. And I'm inviting both of you if you want to go.
Oh.
It's at 2:00 today. And it's at Tad's on the Rock. Over
Tad's on the Rock at 2:00.
Yeah, Tad's on the Rock. I'm inviting both of you. I would love to invite some viewers or whatever, but it's a private event. It's teams. It's teams that have played trivia with the host over the last 6 months.
Well, we're dog sitting this weekend. We have the son and daughter-in-law's dog in the house this weekend. And last night was an interesting night. Thankfully.
So you're not allowed to leave the house?
Well, I'm just, we'd have to crate them both, which we would do, but.
Well, it's from 2 to about 4 if you're interested, but I do need to know, not right now. I mean, you can text me in a half an hour or whatever, or you can just say no now if you can't, if you know you're really
I actually have, our church is having a Christmas ladies tea from 2 to 4.
Oh,
so I'm committed. What?
No, that's cool. That's cool.
What did he say? Something nasty about my tea?
Who?
All right, I gotta make your camera bigger here. Hold on a second. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing there. Sorry about that. Took so long. I was distracted.
Well, I was wondering if Tom was dissing me about going to the Christmas tea. Oh, look at
I think you need your hearing checked. I didn't say anything.
Oh, Loves humans. Prefers
Oh, look at that.
Oh, he got
I
up.
think I
now.
have his. I think I have his uncle Barney. Oh my God, he's adorable. He's even got the white patch.
Yeah, I like that.
I want him.
This is Frito. I don't know any of his history except for that. He's 9 months old, so he's kind of a young boy yet.
Oh, he's 9 months old. Wow. My little Barney could be like a father figure to him.
Kuzo. We like to.
Is that a rabbit?
This one lost him, his mom, her mom,
no.
due to her mom moving to assisted living. We can't really see her face because she's got it stuck in the crack there. There she is.
Almost looked like a rabbit for a second there.
She's trying to see a little better. This one just came in. Robin. First sign of spring.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie. This is a wild guy. I don't know what his history is. He was a very spirited boy who may not be good with small children. You can tell just a little while. Oh, look at this face. Almost, you can barely see his eyes. Oh, now he's trying to make love to the. Oh, so sweet. Let's see, what's his name? Cole. This is Tessa.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a fluffy cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I don't have a fluffy cat, so.
Well, you could come to the
Yeah,
PAWS
I
open
know.
house and see all the cats.
I know. I might do that.
But thank you, Tom, for the invitation. Look at these two cats. They're barely able to see them.
Wow,
I guess
they're white.
They're light color, yeah.
Snowball and Snow White.
Agnes and Andy, the albino cats?
No.
Yeah.
No?
They
Oh.
look like Siva and Cher.
Edgar and Winter.
Oh, this one's, oh, look at, he's coming out. He's got a little more color. I think that's the mother. There must
Oh.
be, there's 3 cats in there. I was going to say, the kittens are really a distinguished color. And I just made here's the mother.
Oh.
She's a beautiful cat, too.
But they're just such a light orange. It's an orange, but it's such a light
Wow.
that they're almost white.
Wow.
Interesting. Like a buff. That's the name. They're all just very content today. So that's a brief. But yeah, come to the open house and see what we have to see. And there's our tree, but I think we have more than 37 decorations on it.
Yeah. And it's only like 5.5 feet tall. You're breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules.
Then we have this lovely bulldog. I don't know. It's so
That's
much.
cute. That's very cute. I'm the best gift of Christmas right here. That's what I am. The best Christmas gift you could ever get.
That's kind of. But thank you, Tom. Did I already say that? Thanks for the invitation.
Yes, you did. One
One
of these days, we'll all get to play trivia together.
Greg and I will sit back and let you talk.
All right. We are going to do our big number of the week. Before we do our big number of the week, I want to give, today is the birthday of a late friend who we miss dearly, Cindy Swanson, passed away a few years ago. Today, I don't know how old she would have been today, and she wouldn't have minded me telling you if I knew. She was all right with that. But wonderful co-worker back in the WQFL, WGSL days. We actually
also at ROK, yeah.
Little crossover time there at ROK. I don't know that we ever got to be on the air together at WROK, except for maybe during one Michael Coolidge event. I don't know that we ever actually shared the airwaves. Did she do a newscast for us at the early start of our show?
No, she did not. We didn't have Saturday news long before you even started. They did away with that. I think it might not have been, but when Cindy started, she was doing primarily middle to late afternoons. I would see her there because I was still there at around 11 o'clock in the morning, and that's when she would come in and she would start doing newscasts during the rush updates and like updates during the rush hour, and she might have even did them during the Riley and Scott days.
Yeah. So it'll be 3 years here coming up that we've
that's so
been
sad.
without the late great Cindy Swanson. So
such a sweetheart. Yeah.
Cheers to her family, as she is remembered, especially on a day like today. Our big number of the week time. Let's do our big number of the week this week is 2.9 billion. Billion. And the answer is internet or Illinois. Internet or Illinois. 2.9 billion. Formulate your answers. Wait a minute. Our captions here. I forgot. Why not? There's the big number of the week on the screen so you can see it. All right. Now all those playing along can factor in. And the current score, 8-8. Joann is the Los Angeles Rams and Tom is the Las Vegas Raiders. At the end of the game. But the game's not over yet.
Yeah.
The game's not over yet. All right. So 2.9 billion, internet or Illinois. Give me your answer. 3, 2, 1, go.
Illinois.
Internet.
Okay. So someone's going to get a point. Someone's not going to get a point. And the people will rejoice or cry. We'll see what happens here. All right. So what state has the most fast food restaurants per person? Can you guess?
Maybe
I'm hoping it's Illinois.
According to 24/7 Wall Street, of all the states per fast food restaurants per person, 6.3 fast food restaurants per 10,000 residents is found in Alabama. Alabama is the number one state for the number of fast food restaurants per person. Illinois comes in at 17th, tied with North Carolina. Illinois has 4.5 fast food restaurants for every 10,000 residents. Our most popular fast food chain in Illinois, it's not a fast food chain. It's Starbucks. That's not even fast food. Can you call it fast food?
No.
They said it's Starbucks.
Not. I mean, they do sell little sandwiches and scones and stuff like that, but that's not really, I don't consider that fast food.
I know. I don't either. So anyway, 37% of the world's population, that's 2.9 billion people, have never used the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Never used the internet, which means after being down, what was it, 6-1 and 7-2 at one point, Joann has taken a 1-point lead in our race to 10 for the big number of the week. Unbelievable, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Yeah, there's still a chance.
I think Tom and I are tied with game, so we're 1-1. So this
no. This is at least the fifth. I think you're beating me 3-1. I think
Joann
so.
won the last time.
I'm talking about since the last time we went out for
Tom won
brunch.
2 in a row. I think Joanne's right, Tom. The ones that the pages that I've kept, Joann won, or Tom won the first one. Tom won the second one. Joann won the third one. Joann won the fourth one. Joann won the fifth one. Okay, so Joanne's up 3-2. There we go. You were right. You got it. All right.
So you have to win this time so we stay tied.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's how long. This is show episode number 139, by the way.
Isn't Christmas like go out for Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Do we have a show on Christmas Eve?
We have a show Saturday morning, Christmas Eve day.
Absolutely. Why not? I'm going to wear my Christmas sweater and my Christmas hat.
It's funny you say that because I was actually going to wear my Santa hat today and I forgot to put it on. Next week.
Do you have a Packer Christmas hat?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I forget if Tom gave it to me or if one of my family members gave it to me.
I'm sure one of your family members did. I have one that I'm going to have to widen because my head is too big.
I'm pretty sure I'll be wearing that 1 week from this Monday when the Packers and the Rams, Monday Night Football, December 19th before Christmas. I'm looking forward to that game.
That sounds like fun. Remember, if your dad should happen to have 4 flat tires and can't make it where he's got to go, you just call me. I'll be on standby.
Is the game in Green Bay?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It is. Lambeau Field, Christmas week. Oh, it's going to be glorious.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. So
It's going to be cold.
Maybe I'll leave your dad's tires alone.
All right. Remember, friends, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here for another Saturday morning Stateline show. Have a great week, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.